Hey, valiant leaders, true father leaders, wisdom leaders. All these terms are interchangeable for me. The words that God uses for me to talk to you is to call your heart out as the father leader. You can think of King David as a good example of that. The best example is Jesus Christ. So here we are. I have been working on Proverbs with you. This is in context of Proverbs, but also because we're in this election cycle right now, this election season maybe is a better word. There's a lot of things going on, and it just seems like we thought 2020 was crazy throughout the year with COVID and viruses and all kinds of things going on. And it has been a crazy year. The Lord started out this year for me with the dark clouds of His presence, with a gold lining was upon us. And I keep wondering, wow, how can it get any more challenging and difficult? And here we are in an election season, and things are just continually turned up and challenged and so forth. And the Lord continues to show me that those clouds are being allowed by Him to challenge us with the term of fear. Are we going to fear Him, which is the beginning of wisdom in Proverbs, and that's why we're doing this series, or are we going to fear man or circumstances? And during this time period, no matter where you're standing, people are finding that this is a really difficult time because we don't know what's going to come. And that's the hard part. And the fear of the unknown is a big deal. And I just want to share in the context of faith. Faith is the assurance of things hoped for. We don't know what's going to be there, but we're hoping it will. And the assurance of things not seen. Or the evidence of things not seen. Can you imagine evidence is something you usually can look at and hold and calculate or whatever. And it's the evidence of things not seen. So we're having to deal with this, and fear is the thing that typically blinds us. So I just want to encourage you today. God is continuing to make us leaders have to say, take a deep breath and go, okay, Father, I trust you. And just like I've shared with you probably in other situations, my daily declaration, I'll just say 15 or 18 of them on a list on a page. And the first one is this: you are God and I am not, and I am thankful. The second one is, you are a good father, and I am a good son, and I am grateful. Those two set my brain, my heart in alignment with Him and make me confident that today is going to be a day partnered with Him to get me forward. And then we use the scriptures to help edify ourselves to say, okay, if I do what the scriptures say, I'm probably going to have a pretty good day. And if I follow it with passion and hearing His voice in the process, as Proverbs talks about that revelation knowledge, then He's going to guide everything. It says the man plans his way, but the Lord directs his path. In other words, if I listen, just like I'm going down the road and I'm listening to Siri, okay, all you non-iPhone users, I use Siri, Alexa, whatever, and you listen, it says, turn right 200. That's kind of like the Holy Spirit going, oh, I'm going there. Okay, now I need to turn right. To me, that's the simplicity of this. So I shared with you a couple of days ago about not listening to all the media out there because it's going to be conflicting. It's difficult. I'm not saying that people aren't factual or truthful. It's just God's not going to let you see the big picture yet. And to get the big picture, you have to sit and rest. And I wanted to share with you today something I got a couple of days ago after the election, which was November the 4th, 2 days ago, and just show you how that's helped me. The two words He gave me that day were suspension and identification. Let me give you the word picture for suspension. It's kind of like when you suspend something off the earth, it's kind of like you can see 360, right? So you just kind of suspend it up in the air and you can kind of, let's see if I can get this. I've now suspended this into the air. So now you can see it all the way around, right? For you Matrix fans, the imagery in my mind was when Trinity in the very start of the movie, they do one of the phenomenal kind of cinematographic things. She gets up in the air kind of in this karate form or whatever, all you martial arts people know, whatever position she was in. And they tracked the camera around in a 360 so you could see all sides of her. But also, it allowed you to see who else was in the room. And it was very interesting. And so God has suspended everything right now after the election. And again, this is just, I could be wrong, but that's just what I feel like the Lord told me was he has suspended things, brought them up, almost like time has stopped. And if you watch it, for you football players, I mean, you can see this in soccer and other things, but I often see it in football because there's so many people on the field. Some people call it stop action. All of a sudden, the guy's running, and it's an instant replay, and he runs it, and he gets and all of a sudden they stop and freeze frame it, and you see now everybody in alignment, and then you'll see a guy maybe take a Sharpie or something, and they'll say, okay, and see he's going to run here, and see this guy's going to block that, and you can identify everything. And that's what the second word was. God has suspended everything so we can identify everything. And you can see the plans unfolding before it happens. And so I just want to encourage you, if that's ministering to you, it ministered to me. And so I thought I'd better share that. If it ministered to me, maybe some of you out there needed this encouragement. But I think this is maybe some divine wisdom that he's given me that I want to share with you, this revelation knowledge that says, it's not over till it's over. And until God unfreezes this frame, we're not going to know what's going to happen with the election until he identifies everything out there that he wants to identify. So like I've shared with you before, I like finding out where God's going and join him in it. Jesus said, I only do what I see the Father doing, and I only say what I hear him saying. So join in with him. Let's see what he's doing. Share with me what you want as you get it from him. Let's encourage one another, their faith and good works. Bless you. Look forward to talking to you again.